Right now, cleanup is underway after severe storms damaged several areas northeast of Madison. We are live with team coverage as crews survey the destruction.
I'm Maddie Heimsch in Juneau in Dodge County, where one family farm is completely leveled.
Setting Day Mai is underway right now. I'm Tanaja Shaw, and I'm covering the original play that will fill all these seats in about an hour.
And we welcome you to News Tree now at 6. Good evening. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson. Thanks for watching. We begin tonight with a look at last night's severe weather, where areas of southern Wisconsin saw high winds, hail, and tornadoes sweep through.
And we have team coverage here in the studio and also out in the field. Dodge County, one of the hardest hit areas where communities are just beginning to clean up from all that destruction. But let's start with our first one meteorologist Blaze Keller tracking some more storms moving through southern Wisconsin.
That's right. We'll touch on that in first weather because this is possibly that funnel that was moving through part of the Portage area as well. They were also encountering a brief funnel that touched down periodically across southern parts of the town. Kyle R., thank you for sending us this video of that funnel right here as it moved across the southern edge of Portage. Take a look at all of our warnings that came out of yesterday's storms. Yellow indicating those severe thunderstorm warnings. You can see in the red all those tornado warnings as those tornado warning cells made their way north and eastward with this powerful low pressure system that continues to impact us today. We've had a couple of preliminarily rated tornadoes off in the La Crosse area as well as in the Twin Cities. Three tornadoes being reported out of the Clark County area, and then we had an EF0 in Marathon County, 3 of those in Clark County, EF0, EF1, and EF2. The National Weather Service in the Twin Cities preliminarily rating an EF2 tornado in St. Croix County. Now, we have not gotten any of the survey damage out of Dodge County or out of southern Wisconsin quite yet. The crews are and have been working diligently throughout the day today. So we're going to continue to keep an eye with them and see what they have determined from their storm damage surveys. But as of now, there's been at least 5 tornadoes in Wisconsin from yesterday's severe weather event. So Eric and Sarah, we're going to continue to talk to the National Weather Service. As soon as we get an update, we'll of course let you know, but we're going to touch on the showers and thunderstorms moving through southern Wisconsin in full weather and talk about what lies ahead for this weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, Blaze, thank you. Now, right now, several people north and northeast of Madison are picking up the pieces after those tornadoes ripped through their communities last night.
And for more on the severity of the damage, we have team coverage out in the field. Let's begin with Brady Mallory, who is live in Mayville. Brady, what are you seeing?
Yeah, good evening. Well, a lot of us are working for the weekend on this Friday. People here in Mayville are working to clean up from this storm. You can see behind me here, there is a lot to do, widespread damage here. You can see some of the workers working to clean up some of the rubble from that wall. That is Mayville Engineering Company. That wall just ripped right off. A lot of the stuff in the building, though, is still intact. And then over here, we have Gleason Reel. You can see that the wall over there is gone and part of the roof is gone. So there's a big task over there. A lot of people, though, have seen kind of what you're seeing back here, some downed trees, some fallen limbs. I know that there is some damage to a few homes, but earlier today we talked with a homeowner. We can bring that up. And he and some friends were working to, using that chainsaw, working to clear those limbs from his yard. Even though he is cleaning up some damage, he says that he's actually pretty lucky because he just cleared out 2 trees, and he was pretty sure had he not, they would have fallen on his home. Here's what he had to say. He knows other people have it much worse.
That followed straight through and the other end of town. They really got clever.
And of course, the mayor has declared a state of emergency here in Mayville. They are working with the governor and the governor's office to get as much support as possible. But there is also help for other people. I'll step out of the way so you can see some of what people are dealing with. But, you know, if you do need help, the Red Cross is here. There is a shelter at the Mayville Junior Senior High School on North Clark Street. They're offering food, water, a place to charge your phones, and all the other support. It's sending out emergency response vehicles to distribute meals, snacks, water, blankets, trash bags, and much more. So if you're in the area, if you need some help, you can call 1-800-RED-CROSS. That is 1-800-RED-CROSS. A lot of the community members I talked with say no one is alone. They are helping each other out and really pitching in. If they don't have damage, they have chainsaws and tools, and they're ready to lend a helping hand. Of course, this is not the only area that we are covering. Maddie is over in Juneau, Maddie Heimsch. She's been looking at the damage out there. Let's go and see what she's seeing. Maddie?
We've seen really differing levels of damage as we've made our way across Juneau these past couple of days, but some of the most aggressive damage landed right here at Schwant Family Farms. And the Schwant family tells me what we're looking at is really the loss of a lifetime.
We're just thankful that we're alive because we really should not have been alive. Trust me, it was so bad.
It's hard to talk, let's put it that way. This is a nightmare.
Sitting between a crushed silo, fallen power lines, and fragments of barn walls, Bob Schwant Jr. and Sr. say just 24 hours ago, this land was their entire lives.
That was our livelihood, but it got wiped out instantly. In the wink of an eye, everything was over.
Yep, it was gone in a heartbeat.
Bob Jr. tells me his wife went to the basement for shelter early in the evening. He would still be working outside when the storm came through.
When she heard everything going, she just figured she was stuck in the worst. They were just so happy when I came in. And when I told them everything was leveled, they just broke down bawling.
The Schwant's human family members are all safe, but there are nearly 150 cows who Bob Sr. says are just as much family scattered.
They're special friends of ours that we live for and they live for us.
Up all night thinking of their cows and the land they poured decades into.
A steel harvester silo, 80 foot, bent just like a pipe. And any machinery that was outside, it's all mangled and there's nothing left of it but just iron, metal for scrap.
The Schwants say it's too soon to tell if the farm is a total loss or not. But one way or the other,
No, we'll get through it, I guess.
as cleanup efforts continue around Juneau, the Schwant family tells me they're grateful for the friends, family members, and strangers who have shown up at their driveway to lend a helping hand. And for more on those helping hands, I'll send it back to Brady in Mayville. Reporting live in Juneau, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Maddie. And of course, on behalf of News 3 Now, our hearts go out to everyone who is dealing with this damage and the loss of things. It is a tough thing, and we thank you for sharing your stories with us. There are still some outages around here in Dodge County. Right now, this map that we have up, it's showing about 214 outages. You'll probably saw behind me there are some power trucks here working on restoring that power, so hopefully they can get that going and people can get their electricity. Before I go, I wanted to let you know about this. I saw this in a coffee shop, Open Door Coffee, I believe. So they have this thing, people can come in, they pay a fee, and then they can write something on a Post-it, something like, if you need some coffee, here you go. They put it up on a wall. People have been doing that since the storms last night. So if you need a coffee, a treat, a little pick-me-up, you can go in there, grab one of those Post-its, get something. And it's really nice to see how people are thinking of others during this time. So reporting live here in Mayville, Brady Mallory, News 3 Now. We'll send it back to the studio. Eric, Sarah.
All right, Brady and Maddie, thanks to both of you. And of course, a reminder, you can track any forecast for yourself on our First Warn weather app, hourly planners, road conditions, and of course, radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
And now to Stoughton, where the community is kicking off Set Mai.
The festival lasts until Sunday, celebrating Norwegian culture. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor. Our Tanisha Shaw is live in Stoughton right now. Tanisha?
Hi, Eric and Sarah. Yes, I'm here in Stoughton still celebrating Set Mai. And listen, right now, all of these seats are empty, but in about 30 minutes, people will start filling them up. And hopefully by 7 p.m., everybody is filling these seats for an original play. It's a tradition that they do for this festival. I'm here with Dave. Dave, how are you?
Doing good.
He's a director of the play tonight, and it's original. First of all, give us, a little tease. What is going on tonight?
Well, these are, Norwegian humor to the core. Ole and Lena jokes through and through. If you've ever seen a book in a store for Ole jokes, that's pretty much an hour and a half of that. There's some music, a few Wicked references, and a lot of Stoughton humor. So if you're from here originally, or if you're just in town visiting the festival, you'll learn a lot about this town in an hour and 15 minutes.
So for those who don't know, can you tell us a little bit more about Ole and Lena? It sounds so interesting to me.
Yeah, sure. Like they're kind of portrayed as the bumbling, they're always making mistakes, finding their way through, and then they end up being the heroes in the end, always. It always ends with a happy ending. And this one does too, for almost everybody.
And we know that you always do these original plays, and you have one tonight. And it's another one tonight as well. But if somebody can't come today, when else can they see this play?
Yeah, there's also 3 shows tomorrow throughout the day. You go to StoughtonVillagePlayers.org. You can find all the times and the tickets and all that stuff. But it's great. It's a really quick hour and 15 minutes. We keep this room really nice and air conditioned. It's a nice way to get in out of the heat a little bit.
All right, so I will let you prepare. I know I don't want to say you're nervous, but I'll just say good luck, break a leg. I'm going to send it back to you in studio. We're still celebrating Sete de Mai, and then it's till now, until Sunday, reporting in Stoughton. Tanasia Shaw, News 3 Now.
All right, Tanasia, thank you.
Well, coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, looking back at the 2020 Madison riots.
Plus, the measles outbreak in the United States continues to spread. What health experts say you can do to keep your family safe.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. The current measles outbreak in the U.S. has led to the deaths of 2 children, both of whom were unvaccinated. And health experts say recent skepticism from prominent health officials is not helping. The growing outbreak has now reached 31 states, including Wisconsin's neighbors. Illinois, Michigan, and Minnesota have each reported cases of the disease, which sends around 1 in 5 people to the hospital. Wisconsin has the second lowest measles vaccination rate across the country as well, making it particularly susceptible to an outbreak.
It is definitely present here in the Midwest, and it's present in many states in the United States. And with our traveling, with airlines, it probably is a matter of time before we will see a case here.
So SSM Health recommends that you should make sure you have the vaccine, and you could do that online with the Wisconsin Immunization Registry.
Well, 5 years ago, scenes of chaos and confrontation right here in Madison made headlines all across the country. Shattered glass, burning cars, intense standoffs. The unrest after George Floyd's death pushed Madison police to rethink how they serve the city. Some changes have been made, but there's more work to be done.
That was one of the most profound periods of time, and the most profound period of time in my entire career. And I think what stands out the most is a lot of emotion on all sides of many topics.
So what's different now and what's still left to do? Our Chris Stanford looking into the lessons learned and the challenges ahead. Join us for that story tonight on News 3 Now at 10. And still ahead, why Americans could be spending even more to keep their homes cool this summer.
Plus, a nonprofit dedicated to expanding the quality of life for people with disabilities in Wisconsin celebrates a major milestone.
And how's the weather shaping up for the weekend? Blaze returns with a complete forecast after the break.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A statewide nonprofit that works with people with disabilities is using art and celebrating its 40th anniversary. Arts for All Wisconsin is inviting everyone to Madison Youth Arts Center to celebrate, too. Of the award-winning artists and community members we want to recognize for the contribution and support of diversity and inclusion.
We truly celebrate the abilities, the perspective, very unique perspectives of every single individual who takes the risk to create something and then take that extra step to share it with their community.
Tonight there will be live music and more than 200 pieces of original artwork throughout the building and created by children and adults with disabilities from Wisconsin.
Well, keeping cool could cost more this summer. That's not a surprise, right? A new analysis finds Americans can expect to shell out a record $784 on average to cool their homes from June through September. Now that is up more than 4% from the same time last year and 14% higher than back in the year 2020. The National Energy Assistance Directors Association cites two reasons for higher costs to come: electricity prices rising faster than inflation and another hot summer on the way. The group says more than 21 million Americans, or about 1 in 6, are behind right now on their energy bills. Won't need the AC, we don't think, this weekend. Blaze now has the complete forecast.
Cooler temperatures are on the way, and the reason is because a cold front is currently moving through parts of Wisconsin right now. Back behind that, a few showers stretching from what looks to be La Crosse south into the Dubuque area, so some light to moderate rain showers in Vernon as well as Crawford and Grant counties. Heavier showers and a few strikes of lightning there with these showers and thunderstorms out ahead of that cold front. We're going to take it into Dodge County, where again folks are still picking up from yesterday's severe weather. Little shower over Juneau, and that heavier activity has missed Mayville right now, but these are all pushing off towards the northeast. So these showers out in Juneau will eventually make their way into Mayville, but once that cold front passes, and it's currently moving its way through Dane County right now, we will be quiet for the rest of this evening in terms of thunderstorms. Some lightning being picked up there near DeForest, heavier shower off towards downtown Madison up into Pacific, as well as near the Portage area where they did have a couple funnels yesterday. That shower is continuing to move off towards the north and east as well. Looks like this main heavier rain is going to scoot through downtown Madison. It's beginning to exit the belt line as we go further into the 6 o'clock hour. We're looking at more sunshine as the weekend goes on, especially on Sunday, but we could add back some more rain chances as we go into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Future tracks showing that cold front passing, the clouds still sticking with us as we go overnight, breezy at times as well. Could squeeze out a few more showers by the time we go into early Saturday morning. This low pressure system is strong, and that's the reason why we had the severe weather yesterday, and we have the breezy conditions today, overnight, into at least the start of your Saturday. But by the afternoon hours, we're opening up the skies from south to north, that cloud cover chipping away, and eventually we see more sunshine for Sunday. The Sit into My festival going on there in Stoughton, 66 on Sunday. Low to mid 60s on Saturday. So again, take that umbrella with you on Saturday, especially for the first half of the day, but you will not need it on Sunday. If you're going to be outside at all over this weekend, you'll need that umbrella Saturday, but Sunday you can put the umbrella away as we'll be a little bit warmer. Could squeeze back into those low 70s. There is a look at your 7 and 10 day forecast. We're looking at that chance for rain Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but then Thursday onwards, we gradually climb out of the low 50s Tuesday back into the 70s by the following weekend.
Wow, we've been spoiled. We're going to be cold.
Yeah, sweatshirts.
It's going to feel like football weather come the weekend, and we're talking football.
Yeah, well, bright spot for the Packers last year was how well that defense played in year one of Jeff Hafley's season. Well, coming up in sports, defense, they're looking to take that next step. What the DC says they have to do that. That's next on News 3 Now. It was easy to see that the Packers defense was much better under Jeff Hafley's system. They forced turnovers, they were physical, and in the DC words, they got better as the season went on. Now the challenge in year 2 for Hafley, do it again, but do it better. And after reflecting on his first year in Green Bay, he knows his unit has to do 2 things to be successful: evolve and be consistent.
We need to evolve. We can't just do the same thing, say, here's the playbook, this is what we're running. No, we're a different team. It's a different year. Offenses are going to evolve. We have to evolve. I would say I would like us to be more consistent, okay? There's a lot of things we did do well, but I think the consistency needs to improve. But to me, it's how fast can we get to where we finish the season and then build from there and evolve.
Well, the honors just keep on coming for Kendra Lewis. The Badger freshman DH was named to the NFCA Great Lakes All-Region First Team. And for good reason. Lewis led Wisconsin in batting average, slugging percentage, and on-base percentage. She's just the 10th Badger in program history to earn all first-team region honors. Well, Whitewater softball continued their winning ways in their regional tournament. The Warhawks won in walk-off fashion to advance to Saturday's regional championship. And the Warhawk baseball team got off to a good start in their regional tournament. Whitewater knocked off Adrian College 8-6 to move into the winners bracket. They'll face WashU tomorrow at 1:30 with the winner advancing to the regional championship. And in the second round of the PGA Championship, Phil Mickelson showing us, well, he's one of us in the bunker. He found the sand on 11 and just couldn't get out of it. It took Phil 4 shots to get it up on the green. He carded a quadruple bogey on the par 4. After 36 holes, he's 9 over and missing the cut.
Looks like you and me.
Yeah.
I might take 6 or 7. Zach, thank you. Coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10, what is in a name? For one Madison woman, a special connection between her and the newly elected American Pope. Our Arman Rahman has more on how her parents and the pontiff once crossed paths. A story you won't want to miss tonight at 10.
And a final check on the forecast.
We're still going to continue to see some scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder this evening. That turns over to rain overnight and through the first half of Saturday, but we see more sunshine as the day goes on, leaving us with beautiful conditions on Sunday. Showers and thunderstorms return for the first half of next week, but we're dry to wrap up next week.
Take it.
Blaze, thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
See you back here at 10 o'clock.